Welcome, welcome, welcome. Are you needing to boost your yoga classes? Are you a small studio and are you wanting to figure out a way that you can actually start growing your classes a little more easily and soon? So, if you are not using WhatsApp communities, this is what I would like to introduce you to today. I know how difficult it is to keep teaching yoga when you have, especially when you're teaching from home. We've got a small studio and you've got 6 people saying that they're going to rock up to class, and then things happen and you're left with 2 and you get demotivated. I totally get how that feels. And I find that using WhatsApp groups and WhatsApp communities can really help to foster a bit more community between students, as well as making it a lot more easier for everyone to figure out what is happening. So this is how I've been running my studio. I've also, for the studio, for a year, purchased a online app where people could sign in automatically, they could book, they could pay, and all of that. And I actually cancelled that, to be honest, after a year, because I just didn't find that it was cost effective for a small studio. I'm a small studio. I have got about 8 teachers at the studio. I have pretty much handed over the studio to them to run and navigate themselves, but we have about 40 students or less. So if you're in a similar position, maybe a few more students, maybe a few less teachers, maybe it's just you, whatever the story is, I think WhatsApp groups and WhatsApp communities are really helpful. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to join WhatsApp groups because there are so many around, but I find that if you just teach people how to mute them and to really put the guidelines strictly, and you have them set from the beginning, that is not like a chit chat group. It really is just for A, B, and C, what those may be for you. So let's go through it. First of all, let's see if you can see my phone. There we go. Mine is the Takai Yoga Studio. So you can see that the first one is like a community group. Now, why I suggest having a community group is really helpful is because then anyone can join that WhatsApp group. So if you have any promotional flyers out there on your website or whatnot, you can have a link that allows them to join this WhatsApp community. Now, only admins can post in the community, so not people who have joined. I think you can change the settings if you wanted to, but you wouldn't want to in this instance anyway. So it would just be admins that can post in the community. So this is really helpful. So it really is just like announcements. So for example, there you can see like the announcements, and that was like Rose was added. That is an announcement. And what I like about this is that I can then, or the teachers who are admins can then say, this class is going ahead tonight, this class has been cancelled tonight, this class, or I'm running 5 minutes late, I'm stuck in traffic, I will be there, class is going ahead, please just wait. So the community announcements can be very helpful if you want to give everyone who is interested in your yoga studio, giving them an announcement as to what is happening. It might also be a really great way if you like have once-off workshops or a retreat happening, that you can just make that announcement and it goes to everyone who has shown interest or is coming to your studio. Then what I also suggest doing is for each of your classes, now it depends on how many classes you have and how big your studio is. But if you are like me and one of your values is building community, then this is what I would strongly recommend or suggest doing, because it is such a big value add to your students' lives, is you create a WhatsApp group for each class that you have. So if you have like a Monday evening class, you would create a WhatsApp group just for that. And then you allow people to join. And in that group, you allow everyone to be able to post. So what I've suggested to my teachers is that post like a little quote. So the day before, post a little quote or something, or a picture or something that says like what the class is going to be about, and find out how many students are going to be joining. So it's your regular Monday evening class. You post a little post the day before asking, okay, who's coming to Monday class tomorrow? So you already know you're going to have 5 people, you're going to have 10 people, you're going to have 1 person. And then you can make that decision as if you're going to just cancel that class if there's not enough interest. And then you can post that in the WhatsApp community just to say, hey guys, just to let you know, if you were thinking of coming to the Monday group, class is being cancelled. And if you keep it just to the WhatsApp group, it also gives opportunity for the students to interact with each other. So maybe in the Monday class, maybe you guys were chatting about, I don't know, sacroiliac challenges or problems. And maybe there's someone in the class who's like, I've just been to a really good physio or body stress release practitioner, or I have come across this book that was really helpful, or this video, this YouTube video. And they would then have the ability to post that business card, linked video or whatnot in there, so that the other person or the other people who were interested in that topic in that group would be able to get it. It wouldn't be relevant to those who are on the Tuesday group or the Wednesday group or the Friday morning group, whatever it is, because they weren't there. What I love in one of our groups, I think it is the Tuesday morning group where Astrid's in as well. She's a phenomenal baker. And so when she's trying out new recipes or doing things, she'll often bring a treat with to the yoga class for everyone to test. And this has been going on for years. And so now the biggest joke or a lot of fun that happens in there is like Astrid will be like, I'm coming and I'm bringing munchies. Or someone will be, or she'll be just be, I'm coming. And then people be commenting, are there no treats this week? And so it's a lot of fun. And if someone, for example, is sick or there has been a death in the family, the amount of love and compassion and just community fostering that then goes towards that person can be shown just in that private group where that person knows those students who are in just that group. So it doesn't go to the whole studio and everyone. It's just that lovely little warm knit area. So my suggestion, if you don't have this yet, make sure you've got a WhatsApp group for each of your yoga classes, because there are different people that come to different classes and they can be part of, you might have a student that comes to 3 or 4 classes or hops across, and they can be part of all those groups. They can put them on mute and at least they'll get updated. They'll be reminded, there's a yoga class tomorrow. Oh, yes, I didn't actually have to take my car in for a service. I can make that class. And so it's just that constant reminder to people that shows up on their phone, because everyone's on their phone, everyone's on WhatsApp, everyone is so busy. But if you're sharing with them, there's a class happening, they're not going to get distracted by just scrolling on their phone and forgetting about something or watching a movie or a YouTube clip here or there. They're actually going to be reminded, there's yoga, let me get to that. And they're going to be doing something that's good for them and healthy for them. And that's what we want. So don't think that your WhatsApp groups are going to be frustrating or annoying to anyone. It is going to be so, so, so helpful. So create that WhatsApp group for each of the classes that you have. Invite your students to join those. Give them access to comment and just state from the beginning, like, please, let's keep this very, this is just, I've said it from the beginning, this is just for yoga. This is not for any other information. And so that you choose like how far you want to, because people don't want to hear about, what's happened today, and for every person what's happening in their life that day. So make sure that you keep it very, very relevant to just yoga. Like, yes, I'm coming to yoga. No, I'm not coming to yoga. And maybe occasionally there will be like a little tip or something if the teacher you guys had discussed something in class that was helpful, that is helpful for everyone to have, not just one person, because then you would just message that person, but for that whole class to have, like the name of the book or the passage that was read, then you would post that in there. And then, as well as having a group for each of your class, create a community. So for example, let's see if I can get back there easily. What I have is in the Takai Yoga Studio community, I then have added each of the groups so that it is easier for me to see and to access, that I'm accessed in. All right. Now, when you create a community, make sure that as an admin, it's only you and your teachers that have admin capability, because you don't want to have hundreds of messages from random people in your announcements. So it's just you, and you're using that as an announcement platform. Yes, this class is going ahead. No, this class is not going ahead. Here's a kind of like a workshop. Here's an interesting article that you as a teacher, maybe you've got a topic for the month. Maybe the topic of the month is flexibility for your hips. And here's like an interesting video or talk about the psoas muscle or whatever it is you're chatting about. Maybe that's what you as a teacher would post in that community. And then you've got those other community groups where the students can start interacting with each other and the individual teachers. So WhatsApp groups and a community WhatsApp group, I would say, is the way forward. I was using an online booking app and payments, and that just didn't work for me and my needs and my students or our students at the community. So we've gone back to this. This is working a million times better, especially for my studio in Cape Town, South Africa. So if you've been struggling and you've been struggling to build a little bit of community and you've been struggling to get regular it and how it works, and I'm sure it will make life a lot easier. It just makes it a little bit more personal as well, if that is the tone and the vibe that you are wanting to, again, go for. If you're a studio that's very clinical and you're very boom, 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 this is probably not going to be what you want. Then you're probably going to want an app that is very kind of like Peter driven, like A, B, C, D. This is what happens. So you need to, first of all, understand your own personality. You need to understand the personality of your business, your yoga business, your yoga studio, and the students that are coming. And is this something that they would use? You can always ask them in the class. You can always say, we're going to try this for a month. And if it doesn't work, then we're going to revert to our old system. But if you don't give something a try, then you're never going to know if it works. And it's always difficult at the beginning, trying to get people to interact or to do something new or different, because it's foreign, it's new. That's why it's difficult. But you'll find that the more you do it, the easier it gets. So that is my tip for you for today. Remember, if you'd like to get the free blueprint to my DIY seasonal reset, just check the description below. You'll get the 10-step process there. And it's perfect for you guys who are yoga teachers. And if you're not running seasonal resets in your studio yet, this is what you'll want. You'll want to get that. You want to start doing seasonal resets and bringing in an element that looks at lifestyle and health so that you complement your yoga practice with something else. Go check it out in the comments below or the description below, and I'll see you again for another tip soon. Have a beautiful day. Bye.